Really excited, actually. I mean, it's our what I would truly consider our first real weekend with Steve Addington as crew chief. So, Daytona is always a kind of a different deal, but this is where you first really get to start working on the handling of your car with your crew chief. So, really proud of what he did yesterday and today, and we actually got a little bit tight in our run. So, off of what everybody else was doing and how loose it sounded like the track was, we made a pretty big adjustment there, and he got to the opposite side of it, which I'm pretty excited that he was able to do that. So it still translated into a great lap, and not sure that I think we could have been close to Mark, but I don't know if he got to run a second lap if he would have picked up more and got away from us even more there. So he definitely put up a stout lap for sure.
If you have a question for Tony, raise your hand. We've got a mic holder here. Young lady right here. We'll start with, start with Reed.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Do you feel like you've pretty much picked up where you left off at the end of last year at this point?
I'd like to say we are. I mean, I honestly think it's a little early to tell. I mean, I think this is really this is what feels like the first real weekend of the year for us in all reality. I mean, it's Daytona's always different and always special, but this weekend is kind of the real start to the season as far as just getting back in the swing of things. But I'd say hopefully after Vegas we'll have a little better idea of that. But I hope we can. Normally, if we qualify well, we normally have a decent shot at running well in the race. So I'm hoping that what we did today will transfer tomorrow.
Next question. Let's go to Lewis.
Lewis Frank Reuters and Speed Week. Do you see even bigger changes tomorrow? They're expecting hotter track, see more slick. And what do you do?
I hope it is. I always like it when it's hotter and slicker, to be honest. It's still, you try to just maintain the balance of the race car. I mean, just like today, I mean, it got a little warmer today and cars got freer. So, hopefully tomorrow it's just a balancing act of just trying to keep the balance with whatever the temperature does. But I think we've got a car that's, yesterday it was really stable all day. And so I think that's half the battle, especially when the track conditions change as much as it does. Just having something that's stable to begin with seems to be a pretty big factor here. So I'm actually more excited that it is going to be hotter tomorrow. I think that'll hopefully separate some of the cars that we think are good cars now. It may not be quite as good tomorrow if it gets a little warmer.
Bob, you have a question?
Bob Parker, Scene Daily. I mean, Mark Martin's on the pole here, his second race with his organization. What makes him so good that he's able to just step in that car and really kind of the first race of the year, put it on the pole?
You look at Mark Martin, it doesn't matter whose car he drives, he's good in it. I mean, it's to me, it's cool to see stuff like this where you get a guy like Mark that's bounced around into different organizations and he's been fast and won races everywhere he's been. So, he's just one of those guys that it doesn't matter who you put him with, he's going to bring the best out in their team. And it's you just don't find guys like Mark Martin that often. I mean, he's just got he's always had natural driving talent, and today's proof of that.